catching cheaters, and proud of it.
Ow, I'm sorry.
It's your home for War of the Roses on Mojo in the Morning.
Marissa, who do you think is cheating on you?
I think my boyfriend is cheating on me.
And why do you think that?
Well, my boyfriend went out on his friend's boat a couple of weeks ago, and he never came home that night. And, I mean, I didn't expect him to come back early or anything, but he just didn't come back.
Where did he
In
sleep?
the morning,
Where did he stay?
Well, he said that he just stayed on his buddy's couch, and that's why he didn't come back.
What was the story? Like he drank too much?
That's what he said.
So he said that he was out partying so much that he stayed with a friend, which, if that was the case, that's responsible. It's good for him to do. But why do you suspect, though, that there's cheating?
I know my boyfriend's friends, and they're all single party boys, and it just makes me worry that they influenced him to do something, or he just got in the wrong headspace around them and did something.
What lake were they hanging in? Where are you guys from?
They were on Cass Lake.
Just hanging out in that crazy area, that sandbar area?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he might have done the right thing. Like Mojo said, he's being responsible. But, I mean, I learned in a previous life that doesn't help to qualm the fears of a spouse who's sitting at home and thinking the worst.
Yeah.
We're going to call him up to see where he's going to send a dozen free roses. I'm going to have you mute your phone so we can call him up without him kind of getting suspicious that somebody else is on the line.
Okay.
All right, we're hoping that the roses go to Marissa.
Hello?
Hey, I'm looking for Matt. Please.
Yeah, this is Matt.
Hey, Matt, my name is Nicole, and I'm calling from a brand new online floral company called rosesbloom.com with an offer for some free flowers. If you've got about 30 seconds to answer 2 very short survey questions for me, I'm not going to ask you for credit card info or really any other info. We're just going to give you the free flowers and hope you order from us in the future. Do you have a free couple of seconds?
I mean, I feel like you're going to, like, ask me for money at the end or something like that.
I absolutely promise. If I do, you can hang up on me. How's that?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, if it's free and you guys are really a new store, then sure. Let's go.
Okay. Have you purchased flowers in the last 6 months, Matt?
Have I? No, I don't think so.
Okay. Do you plan on purchasing flowers in the next 6 months?
Probably at some point I might, yeah.
Okay. As a thank you for participating in that survey, rosesbloom.com, we're going to hook you up with a dozen long-stemmed red roses. They can be shipped out as early as today. And I just need to get some info from you in terms of who we're sending these to and all of that good stuff. So we'll start with a first and a last name.
Okay. Well, you can send them to Marissa.
Okay.
And you can, if you're gonna put a card or something on there, then you can put.
You're one step ahead of me. Yep.
Yeah, you can put like just love you, and then a dash like M.
Okay. And Matt, I also have to let you know that this call is being recorded for quality and training purposes. Are you okay with that?
Of course, that's fine.
Okay, great.
Matt, I also need to inform you of a couple other things. I'm going to jump on so that we can get to more calls, and we're going to get Marissa's phone number from you. But I also need to inform you, Matt, that while we were making this phone call to you, that Marissa was listening in and just heard you send her flowers.
Oh, yeah, I thought so.
Is that why you sent her the flowers?
Yeah, I mean, I just, of course, I wasn't gonna send them to anyone else. I think
Because you know the deal, right?
Yeah.
You know the drill.
Did you send her the flowers because she's the only one in your life, or did you send her the flowers because you thought so and knew that it was quite possibly the Mojo in the Morning show?
I mean, I heard this thing before. It's
Yeah.
not that I was gonna send it to somebody else. There's nobody else.
So why do you think, Matt, that she would even do this on you?
Yeah, I think maybe because I didn't come home one night a week ago.
So you didn't come home one night. Marissa told us about that. Marissa, say hello to Matt.
Hey, Matthew.
Hey.
So Matthew, I guess the big question is, why not call Marissa and tell her what's going on and let her know what's happening?
Well, I just crashed on my buddy's couch because we were just hanging out, and when you get a little wasted, it's just I crashed.
It's a smart thing to do.
I have a question. Did you text her that night and say, "Hey, I'm crashing"? Let her know where you are.
Yeah, I probably missed that night. It's just like
Yeah.
she knew I was with my buddies. So
Right,
it's
but
not
the
really a
mind
big deal.
wanders. I mean, if you're disappearing off the grid for 12 hours, it's always much better. And this, again, is coming from the experience of a guy who did everything wrong. It's always good to, let them know exactly where you are at all times so that it just is more accountability and less suspicious.
Sure. I mean, we've been together for a while, so it's not like I don't see why she would be like Marissa. I don't feel like you have me having to check in with you all the time. I mean, just one night that I missed doesn't mean that I'm cheating on you.
Hey,
I don't know. I mean, look, like that. I didn't hear from you. Like you didn't call or anything. So, I was worried. Okay. I mean, I still don't really believe you. I don't know what you were doing that night, but like you are the type that would call me. So I don't care how drunk you got. I would have expected you to call me, okay? So I'm worried about what you were doing.
is there a way that we could call the person whose house you stayed at, whose couch you slept on?
Yeah, we can do that.
So would you give us your friend's phone number and we can call and verify that everything was good?
Sure.
All right, why don't you do this? Hang on one second. We'll get it, and we'll see if we can get some verification from Marissa, okay?
Yeah.
Your home for the world-famous War of the Roses. It's Mojo in the Morning.
You are listening to
Mojo in the Morning. Call Mojo in the Morning. 844-MOJO-LIVE. 844-665-6548.
Wow, I'm reading some of these texters, which, by the way, if you text us because you're listening to us on the iHeartRadio app, I get it. Don't stop the stream. You want to hear what's going on. Pick up your phone if you get a call, and Ellen's going to call you right now because there's a couple of these ones I want to have on the radio. Some interesting perspectives from our listeners. And I think you might even have a more interesting perspective after this conversation that we're about to have. War of the Roses. Hey, Marissa?
Yeah.
Matt, you're there? You like to be called Matt or Matthew? I noticed Marissa called you the formal name. Did you just get called that name when you're in trouble?
Yeah, exactly. She uses my full name when she doesn't approve of something.
Okay. And again, if you're just tuning in, Matt never came home after a night or a day and possibly a night of hanging out on the lake. And he was, I guess, a little too drunk to drive, which is good that he didn't drive. So he stayed at a friend's house. Marissa, though, doubts this, and the friend is on the phone. Joe, are you okay with your voice on the radio?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Hey, say hello to Matt.
Hey, what's up, Matt?
What's up?
Say hello to Marissa.
Hi, Marissa.
Hi.
So, Joe, the question that we have for you is: did Matthew sleep on your couch? Did he come back to your place to just work off the alcohol?
Yeah, I mean, we drank all day. He just stayed with me on the couch. He couldn't drive home.
And there was nobody else at your place besides the two of you.
No.
And do we have another friend we can verify this with?
Well, guys, hang on.
Keep
We
going.
have a female on the phone who has a different story. Any idea who we're talking about, Matthew?
I don't have an idea. No.
I was just making that up. I want to see if you would some stutter.
I was looking up at the call screen. I'm like, but we don't.
That was
We really
cruel.
don't.
That was cruel.
What if he confessed?
So Joe, everything was good. You guys behaved yourself?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we just had a good time. He just stayed in my place. That was it.
What about out on Cass Lake? Were you guys being good boys?
Yeah, I mean, we were just having a good time. We were drinking like, you know, all day.
Okay. Yeah.
That was it, though. Like, there was nothing else like happening. We were just having a good time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nobody else. We weren't like trying to meet new people or anything like that.
So it was just a group of you guys just together? It wasn't like you were... It wasn't just the two of you guys.
Yeah, it was just a bunch of guys. There's nobody else. Yeah.
Marissa, any questions that you might have for Joe?
Well, if you say that you guys were not doing anything wrong or you were just drinking and just like not doing much at all, then why didn't Matthew have the time to call me?
Because he's an idiot.
Listen, that's just pretty much blanket statement for every man out
Yeah.
there. I mean, this happened to me where I don't even remember what the name of the, whatever Zeff's used to be back behind Fishbones over in Jefferson Yacht Club, but coming over after one of those dumb raft offs or I don't even know which party it was. We went to go a stupid white party at the bar, after party, and our boat got tied in and blocked in by 700 other boats at this white party afterwards. Couldn't get out, and of course, drunk ass. We're like, well, let's just wait till these boats come out. When the bar closes, they all have to leave. I fell asleep on the boat. Next thing you know, I'm in the doghouse
You're in
for a
trouble.
few weeks. It's just guys are dumb. We don't think ahead like that. We get ourselves in trouble even when we're like totally innocent. We don't realize it doesn't matter because you're guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah.
You're still explaining that story? That
Yeah.
I know.
I know. And
No,
hopefully,
but-
I'm getting it
but-
straight.
But Marissa, as hard as it is, because I mean, you don't know what really happened. You have to take your boyfriend's word for it here. You know.
Now, if it's
I
repeat
don't know
behavior,
about that, though.
What do you mean?
Well,
so,
I'm just
because
what.
guys cover for their friends all the time.
True.
So,
True. That is true. I'm just saying, if you want to move forward in your relationship and put this behind you, this is one of those things where you have to kind of tell yourself, like, I trust what he is telling me because I trust him. That's why I'm in a relationship with him, and you have to move on.
And now Matthew's been put on notice. So if
Right,
there's repeat
right.
behavior, that's very questionable
Yeah.
for you.
Has
Yep.
there been any cheating in the past?
no, there hasn't.
Okay.
Okay. Because I will say this: if they cheated in the past, then I don't
Right.
necessarily
Well,
Then
think that you have
disregard
to.
what I said
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
I'm going to put you guys on hold. We're going to talk to some of our listeners here. Joe, thank you for going on the air and talking to us. We will send the flowers to Marissa from Matthew. Hang on one second, guys.
Okay.
Cristiano. Hello, Cristiano.
Hello, Mojo. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You had a comment to make about this.
Yeah, I have a comment. I mean, I've been in a relationship for 22 years. So in my relationship, it's basic on trust and honesty. So if she doesn't trust him, he should run away from his life because she sounds like a control freak.
Really? So you think that this is a control freak?
Yes, I think
Character.
she's a control freak
Yeah.
because why I have a right to hang out with my friends. I understand sometimes bodies will cover up,
Yeah.
but she needs to trust him.
I don't know if I'd go control freak. I think that I understand the he didn't come home thing,
Your
with
brain
that.
goes a mile a minute.
Yeah, I mean, and if the guy doesn't come home and maybe, we hear sketchy things about him, even though they say that there hasn't been cheating, I mean, you sometimes start getting fearful about things. But I don't know, Valerie, what do you think as a female? Do you think that Marissa's a control freak?
No, absolutely not. I think no matter what, you always call. Like, if my partner was off on a boat day all day and then I don't get a phone call, I'm going to think homeboy got jawsed or he's at the bottom of the lake or something.
Homeboy got jawsed on Cass Lake. I love it.
But I'm a worrier. So if he knows that about his partner, he should just call her and check in and say, hey, I'm okay. I'm just staying out here. Love you. Okay, bye.
I totally agree with you, Valerie, but he didn't. And that's the past. And so do you agree with what I said about at this point, if you want to continue in the relationship, you kind of just have to take him for his word and move on until he gives you a reason to not trust him?
I think so, because you don't have anything else to go on other than
I know. It's hard.
And I think that's what, when you don't get a phone call, your mind is just going to go to the worst case scenario.
For sure.
Like you're hurt or you're being cheated on or whatever.
Yeah. Especially if you've been cheated on in the past. That's the first thing you think of.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Now, Whitney is disagreeing with this. Whitney says that she thinks we're giving this guy a pass. Whitney, we're always hard on the guys. Can't we lay off the guys every now and again?
Well, I guess I'm like kind of spotty right now. You see all the Lori Harvey drama. Like, women are getting it right now. So I'm just feeling like I kind of had to disagree with like Spike. And when the other guy said, oh, guys are just dumb. And I just hate that. Like, I don't mean to sound like a feminist, but I just hate that guys get that pass. Like, if she did this to him, it would be over. It would be over. And guys get that pass all the time that, oh, we're just dumb. Oh, we don't think. We're both equal in the relationship. If I didn't think and I just acted dumb, it would be a wrap.
So you think one slip up and it's over as far as you're concerned. There's no, you don't wait for a pattern or more evidence to believe there might be wrongdoing.
But I don't believe in slipping up on major things. Like if like someone cheats and they be like, oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Is that a mistake?
Right, but but if we don't know he cheated and he's saying he didn't cheat and she has no evidence he cheated, then we don't know. It could just be a slip up that he slept on the guy's couch.
Is it just that your gut tells you that there's something more to this?
I mean, I hate to sound like, because I just look at it like, how do you fall asleep without remembering to call the person?
I mean, if you drink a lot.
Yeah, I mean, some War of the Roses are clear cut. We catch them red-handed with red panties in their hand. We know they're cheating. This one is not that way, and it's going to rely a lot more on her gut feeling.
Do we not have her still on the phone? Okay, I was going to say we should get Marissa back on because one of the things that we did not ask was what was he like the next day? Because here's the true test. If the next day he calls up and goes, oh my God, I can't believe I did this, whatever, then you go, okay, maybe the guy did, just pass out and he got drunk. If the guy was not, too worried about that and kind of acting like everything was normal, or if he was acting really weird, that could have been her suspicion too.
We've gotten a lot of text messages too that are saying if he was cheating, he totally would have called to check in just to get her off his back.
Did anybody run into a Matthew on Cass Lake that wants to call us up? I mean, that's the other thing too. A couple weeks ago, hanging out, partying with his buddies. Friend's name is what? Joe. What's up, Kaylee?
Good morning.
Good morning. What's going on?
I am convinced during that break while he was giving his friend's number to corroborate the story, I think he definitely texted him beforehand.
I mean, it's always possible.
Yeah.
He's just confident like his friend would, corroborate it with no problem, which he could be, confident because he didn't cheat, but it could go both ways.
Yeah. So you think he tipped him off?
Possibly, but he just sounded really confident.
Okay. Thank you. I love that we've turned all of our listeners into conspiracy theorists about cheating.
I mean, he could sound confident because he's sure he didn't do anything.
Tom, what's going on? A couple last minute comments. What's going on?
So if he's out drinking and having a good time and calls his girlfriend or wife to check in, there's a possibility of her turning it around on him that he's out having fun without her.
Yeah.
Where are you going with that?
Just the experience.
All right. He's talking from his own.
Well, there are
side.
people saying that. They're saying, hey, if he was cheating, he would have called 100%
Right, to
and
cover,
had a whole
cover
story.
his butt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's every scenario here that you could make up in your head.
And Devin, last comment. Go ahead.
Hey, what if the shoe was on the other foot?
Okay. And
And
she didn't come home?
Exactly. Wouldn't she want him to understand and listen to her? Come on now.
I'm telling you this, though. I'm telling you, if Chelsea didn't come home, I'm worried that something happened to her. I'm worried she either got kidnapped or she's cheating. So I get her suspicions. I don't understand why people are coming down on her suspicions and people saying you got to trust. Listen,
you have to trust. There's a trust. The thing is out here nowadays, it's a trust issue between people.
Devin,
you know what I'm saying?
Devin, you in a relationship? You in a relationship? You in a
Me?
relationship? Yeah.
Hell no. Excuse my French. No.
Okay. All right. So this doesn't apply to you. But if you were in a relationship and your girl doesn't come home, or if you didn't come home, you guys are gonna be suspicious that something's going on.
Well,
it's not about that you don't have any trust in them.
Before.
It's that the situation caused you to not have trust for that time.
Listen, I was married before, right? That's the same thing that happened, which is why we got divorced. Want to know why? Because she was cheating. And got busted.
I love your laugh so much.
Well, there you go.
Oh, boy.
All right. Well, Devin, thank you so much. We appreciate everybody with your calls on War of the Roses.
I appreciate you guys. Love you guys so much.
All right. We love you too.